And welcome to the show. It's Two Guys, Two Things. This is the comedy podcast where we talk all things comedy.
Yeah.
Or just two semi-trending stories. And we talk about for 15 minutes each.
Shohei Ohtani just hit his second home run.
Shohei Ohtani. This is the Shohei Ohtani podcast.
2 home runs, 5 RBIs today. Here we go. No stolen bases, though.
Wow. Does he have any touchdowns today?
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns.
2 home runs, 3 touchdowns.
How many goals did he get?
And 8 RBIs.
He's going to go for a hat trick?
No goals, but 8 RBIs.
Unbelievable.
Oh, wait, I mean, damn it. 8 assists.
8 assists.
That's what I meant.
Any three-pointers?
No, I already did a basketball thing.
Oh, sorry.
But it was too late. I said RBIs.
Well, give me a curling stat.
Oh, 7 plunks.
Oh, is that really a thing? Is that a plunk?
Nah, I don't know.
Oh, so Chris here, he has been playing in a league for bocce ball.
Bocce ball, yes.
Is just a score on that? Is just a score?
Yeah. Points,
bocce. I got a bocce.
There's no bocce. I don't know where bocce comes from. Maybe it's the city in Italy that it was invented or something.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But there's no bocce.
I think I've had the frozen pizza.
Yeah, that's really good.
Bocce pizza.
Yeah, it's really good.
That was botulism pizza.
That was botulism?
But yeah, it's another mafia one.
Oh, got it. Just points. Hey, it's 15-2.
Just points. But you were gonna do another one, cornhole.
I did cornhole a while ago.
Okay, so you did cornhole earlier.
Yeah, we sucked.
Okay.
Yeah, cornhole was way more competitive.
Because there are names for the cornhole.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, like if you get a...
I thought it was just like 21-18.
Well, sure, but I mean like, oh, you got it...
In the hole.
Yeah. No, there's, I think, actual terms for it.
Because
if you get it on it, it's worth a point. But if you get it
it's 3.
Inside...
It's 3. But
right.
I think
and if you knock someone's off, it's called something.
Is it?
I think.
I mean, I bet you're right. I'm sure you're right. I just don't know it. I like cornhole, obviously recreationally.
Sure.
Not competitively.
Because there's also then the smooth side and then the rougher side of the bag, right?
Sure, that's true. The bags they gave us, no, it was just the same.
Just the same.
It's the same all the way around.
It's just right.
That is, yeah. But it was.
It wasn't even a bag.
No, it wasn't. We just had the beans in the bag. We had to throw.
Just the beans.
Yeah, they were like spilling out. So like,
individual beans.
Yeah, it was. It was really hard.
Yeah, okay.
I got good. But the guys who played it, there was like 1, maybe 2 teams like kind of like us, just like, hey, we're here to just kind of play. Then the other teams, like the other 4 or 5 teams in the league, is what you imagined. It was a bunch of dudes.
They came to play.
Yeah, and they're like, and they come, spin. It's like, oh my God, what are we doing here?
Did you ever beat one of those teams?
Not one of those teams.
Oh,
no,
man, it'd be fun.
It would have been hilarious.
They like totally think,
yeah,
oh, we got this.
Yeah, we beat them. We laugh in their face like we don't even care about this. It was annoying. It was annoying. They were all nice, right? Because I think but I think they were nice out of pity.
Okay.
Like, oh, you guys suck, so we'll be nice to you.
Okay.
But it was like,
were they so nice that they let you win?
Nah, not that nice.
Not that
nice.
But
anyway,
you played bocce ball and cornhole. Is it with the same people?
Yes.
Okay. So what were the team names? What was the
bocce ball name was the False Hopes.
Okay.
And then the cornhole team name, don't remember, but it was something.
You don't remember?
It was a while ago.
Wow.
False Hopes and, God damn it, some probably pun.
Probably pun.
Yeah, because the last year.
I take it you didn't name it.
Probably not. But last year with the bocce ball.
I would have called the botulism.
Right, and I pitched that one last
did you
year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
nice.
was a no.
Oh.
But everyone had a pun name. They're like the Baracco Bocces.
Nope.
The Botchlerettes. It was and so it was. The funny thing is about the Baracco Bocces, the team Baracco Bocces did not look like they voted for Baracco Bocce. They looked very.
Oh, you mean that was a different team in the league?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said that was a name that you tried to come up with.
No.
Oh.
I'm saying all the names in the league were bocce ball puns, so that's why we decided on the False Hopes.
Okay.
And because we're not going to do a bocce ball.
So when you say they didn't look like anyone,
what do you think? I mean when I say that?
Like they probably didn't vote for Barack Obama.
Yeah. They looked like their name was Barack Obama. But they didn't look like they voted for Barack Obama.
That's really judgmental of you.
No, it's not judgmental.
To say they looked a certain way, Chris.
You know why it's not? Because if I ask you what you think they look like, you'll be right.
Sure, but that's still a stereotype, Chris. Well, no, it is. It's a stereotype.
Probably true.
Do you think they actually did vote for Barack Obama?
I do
Okay,
not.
so do you think they were? Did they have like X marks on like the?
No, I was
like,
trying.
was it Barack Obama on the bag and he has like an X
It
over
was
his
Barack
face?
Obama with the Ghostbusters logo on it.
Okay.
No, so
That makes sense.
we were trying to decide. I was like, okay, are we way off on these guys, right? Like, or do they think they're funny and their name's ironic? Like, it's funny to name that because we're so against that. We couldn't decide. We leaned on like, well, you look like a Connecticut frat boy, you know what I mean? But we couldn't decide if it was ironic. But seeing how they were, I don't think it was ironic.
Okay.
I mean, wait, I do think it was ironic because I don't think they voted for Barack Obama.
Got it. So when and I told you this before.
Yes.
We played softball back in Chicago.
Oh, right.
And it was a league where you don't have a glove, right? And
Yes.
It's a bigger ball. It's like a grapefruit.
Yeah, I
size.
can remember you
It's
saying
crazy.
this. Yeah.
But
What is it? Is it a different name for the sport?
it is. It's called a certain type of softball. And
Okay,
I'm blanking
okay.
on the term
But
right
something
now.
softball.
Anyone in the Midwest help me out.
Okay.
But we have a horrible team. We were perfect.
Right.
Perfect record. 0-10.
The opposite way.
Yeah, in the opposite way. But one of the names I tried to pitch, because it was the year Barack Obama was running for office, I think. So I tried to do the Barack Obamers.
And you were in Chicago.
And we were in Chicago, and people said no.
Because
that
they
was
didn't want to be
funny.
political, or because they were against him?
No,
What do you
I just think they thought maybe they'll think we're terrorists.
Oh, sure.
the bombers
Oh,
in
the
there.
bomber part of it. That's
Like,
pretty funny.
It's already bad enough that
Yeah.
they think he's a terrorist already.
You can
You
even show
add
it,
bomber
the
to it.
Bronx Obamers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's too much
Yeah.
of a pun, but maybe that's why it's funny because you go extra.
Actually, it was the year before he ran, but we already knew he was going to run. So we actually ended up being the cicadas because they were out that year.
Oh.
The 17-year cicadas. No, that's a good name. It's a damn good name. I'm sticking to it.
Listen, hold on. I like the name. I don't like the reason. What's going on? Oh, cicadas are out. Let's just name them cicada. It turned out to be like an okay
You're
name,
saying that
actually.
we're obvious?
No.
We were too obvious for you?
No. I'm not saying that. Well,
Well, guess what? I haven't played since, but I will.
Okay.
I think in 3 more years, it'll be 17 years, and I'll go back.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, for us to decide who gets to tell their 15-minute
we're still
story
doing the podcast.
first
Got it.
is we got to go with This Week in Elon. And it goes like this. If there's no news on Elon Musk, I get to go first. But if there is news on Elon, then you get to go with your story first. And Elon, he's no longer in the government, so I figured,
Yeah, is he technically out?
well, it's like once he works from home.
He pops up
Yeah,
every
does he
once in a
work
while.
from home?
He does.
Even though he fired a lot of people that did work from home,
He got that exemption.
he got the exemption. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess it's
If
depends
you-
who you know.
Yeah, privilege. Yeah, it's all about who you know.
'Cause
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So is there anything going on then?
Okay, so there is. You're right in the sense it's harder to find
I would think so.
news from Elon Musk. So this is actually a little bit weird. It's like the news is a little personal.
Oh, okay.
So it's not in online or anything like that.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I was at a tech conference and I met Elon Musk
Oh, wow.
over the weekend. It was like this little tech conference in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. I was going to guess Modesto.
No, it wasn't Modesto. It was
Okay.
right outside of Modesto.
Lodi?
San
Was it
Francisco.
in Lodi?
No, it was in the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area.
In Tracy.
Okay.
And no one knew he was going to be there, but he was there. Apparently, I was there just to have some fun. I thought it was a trading card conference, like sports cards, but it was a tech conference.
Okay.
So I got to this tech conference over the weekend, which I said before, big mistake, because I didn't know there was a tech conference.
Okay. Sure.
Right.
You had all your cards with you.
Yeah, I was in a
yeah.
sell. I was in a buy and sell
Right.
sports cards, Pokemon cards. So
JJ has Pokemon for a Tesla.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, so the bad thing is, a lot of adults look like professionals. You know, I look like someone's nephew walking in. I'm like 5'5", so that wasn't good.
Okay.
So I was walking in this room. He was standing there looking at a light switch, not moving. Don't know why. I don't know if he was drunk or he was thinking about, I don't know, buying electricity or something.
Okay, sure.
Like just the concept of electricity.
Yeah.
So went up to him, said, "Hey, you got to talk to him. Elon Musk, big fan." I'm not. But
that's what you said.
I wanted to be polite. I'm not going to say,
You don't
hey,
need to lie to him.
Hey, Elon Musk, you're a douche. So I say big fan. I don't know what to say. I thought I was at a sports conference.
It's like, no, it's a light switch. Anyway.
Nice. That's a good joke. So as a big fan, he's like, oh, interesting. Have you ever wanted to live in a car? I was like, that's weird.
You said that?
No, he said that to me, and I said,
and you said that's weird.
I said that's weird. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I said that's weird. We weren't talking about that.
Okay.
Right? I was thinking, well, why'd you ask that? And I said, no, I never wanted to live in a car before. He's like, no, live in a car, change consciousness with a car. So I thought it was like a Tesla commercial. I was like, no, I've never wanted to do that. You know, like in my brain, I'm like a Pinto, subconsciously. He's like, you know, I don't know what you mean. So he said, no. Do you want to like live in a car? So no, I don't want to do that. Okay, he said, cool. Do you ever dream in code? Don't know what that means. So which
like he really opened up to you,
which was weird, right? And
sure.
And then he said, then the last thing he said is like, what's your bandwidth for ambition? I'm like, oh, dude, you're speaking in riddles. I don't know what you mean. I said, I don't really have ambition. One time, I tried to change my car's oil.
Okay.
Right? He's like, that's not what I mean. He handed me a silver card, blank. It had one little symbol on it. Walked away. That's it. And then some lady said, oh, did you get that silver card? And I said, yeah. She's like, that means you're next. That's it.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's what I was confused. Like, he's handing me the silver card, and then he walked away, and the lady said, I don't know. That means you're next.
This is the end of the story?
Well, he left. I couldn't ask him what it meant.
This feels like that Michael Douglas movie, The Game, with Sean Penn.
I don't know what it. I don't have. He left. I couldn't ask him.
You're next for what? You're next.
Exactly. That's what I'm here to ask you. What do you think he meant? He handed me a card and left.
Maybe you're taking over Tesla.
Maybe. I hope so. I'll turn it around.
Maybe you have to bring Elon's son to Donald Trump.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. As a sacrifice.
You're babysitting.
As a sacrifice.
I can't do it anymore.
Babysitting. So maybe
you have got to babysit all my 16 children.
People watching, What do you think it means when it means I'm next? I got the silver card.
Huh. Well, that was an interesting turn. I guess that quantifies as news.
I mean, it's news to me. I was there.
It is news to you. It's news to you.
It was news to me. I was there.
I can't argue against that.
Listen,
you can't make this stuff up.
I want to be. You can't. I wanted to be first, and I was searching for news stories, and then I happened to come upon him in this tech conference.
Okay. What does the symbol look like?
Oh, I can't even describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chris, you're next. At least for the story. Maybe that's what I meant. You're next for the tell the story.
I am.
So put 50 minutes on the clock,
okay.
And let's get this out of the way. Good God.
You didn't like that one? All right.
Well, I don't know where we were going.
I thought it would go a different direction.
What direction?
Not news, like a personal story.
Oh, okay. I like it.
I thought I'd change it up.
I like it. No, that. Thank you, Chris. So with that, go ahead. 50 minutes on the clock.
All
what do you got for us?
15's going. Here we go. All right. So, like I was telling you a little before we started here, this is a story.
Good.
No doubt.
We tell stories on the show.
Yeah, it's a story, no doubt, but it's more of a discussion. And I'm interested to know what you think about it, what you've heard about this. Have you ever heard of the G.A.T.E program?
Oh, like in school?
Yes.
Wasn't that for like the smart kids?
Look, so it stands for Gifted and Talented Education.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So G.A.T.E program.
Mark was in G.A.T.E. My friend Mark was in G.A.T.E. Yeah, and he's smart.
Okay.
I was not in G.A.T.E.
So this will be interesting. Has Mark ever talked to you about?
I was in like open field. They just said,
you're like,
go, keep going,
hey, please,
don't come back.
The
G.A.T.E. We want to keep this guy.
Listen,
keep this guy contained. He's smart. That guy, he can go.
Wear yourself out.
Go in the woods.
Get tired.
And then they started shooting. I don't understand that part.
That's not fun.
No.
So has Mark ever talked to you about G.A.T.E?
And then there was a squid. No.
A squid?
Yeah, it just didn't matter.
Like Squid Games?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. No, he's never really talked to me about it.
Okay. I'm interested to hear what you said. Because,
is it a cult?
No. I don't think so.
Is it Cloud Gate?
So G.A.T.E.
It was actually Cloud Gate.
Well, Gateway is part of a thing. But so Gifted and Talented Education, right? It started in the 50s, but okay. A lot of kids our age, Mark's age, right? In mid 80s, possibly early 90s, remember being in these GATE classes, but to get in these GATE classes, there's usually about, it says 5 to 10% of students, like in your elementary class, we got into GATE. Okay. But to get into GATE, it wasn't just chosen. There were these tests and puzzles and things to determine.
Was it like Stranger Things?
Kind of.
They like take the kids and like
It was. So that's
test them
that's
in
the thing.
rooms, white rooms.
Yes. So you're not that far off, because you had to go through these things, and lately online. So
Move this pencil with your mind.
GATE's not new, right? You're not wrong. GATE's not new, but and this isn't like recent like news that we usually do. But what is new is what's coming up online lately are all these 90s kids, early 80s kids or mid 80s kids coming online, like unlocking all these memory at the GATE. Nice.
They're unlocking.
Nice.
Okay.
All these memories of these GATE tests.
Okay.
And what it meant to be in these GATE classes.
Do we know? Does GATE still exist now? Is there still?
It does
GATE?
still exist.
Okay.
Yeah, it does still exist. So it's a real thing, but people are saying, like, I came across this thing online that said, if you're in GATE, let me ask you a question. Have you ever broken a bone? Have you ever had a near drowning experience? And a lot of people are saying, I've never broken a bone and I've had a near drowning experience, and I wasn't GATE. Have you ever broken a bone?
Yes.
Has Mark?
I don't know.
Text him right now as we're waiting. And so you have broken a bone.
When I was a kid.
And you're not in GATE.
I'm not GATE. Was the next one? Have I nearly drowned?
Near drowning experience.
Have I nearly drowned?
Yeah.
I mean, not really.
Right, but GATE people.
I felt like I did.
GATE people have.
Okay.
So they're saying they're asking those questions. There's a lot of things.
All right, this seems very conspiracy theory right now. But
It
all right, continue.
is.
All right.
It is. A lot of this stuff's coming up because they're saying there's a reason for that. So there's puzzle-based quizzes, logic problems, pattern recognition to get into GATE. There's hearing tests. There were tests with they show you shapes on a card, and then you're supposed to guess the next one.
So Ghostbusters.
Right.
This is the beginning of Ghostbusters.
But these people are...
No, this is like the story you told me when the FBI... Mm-hmm. No, was it the CIA? CIA tried to find the Lost Ark.
Oh, right.
Right? And so they try to get...
Yeah. And that's what people are saying, like, GATE is a CIA mind control experiment. It's like MK Ultra for kids, right? And that's the thing, because it's not just regular tests and questions.
Okay.
It's there are code deciphering,
Okay.
Morse code stuff. There were like I said, like telepathic shit that they want you to do, and they had these remember the old 80s earphones, like for hearing tests?
Sure.
They had those, but it was like a lady talking to you.
Those are beats now.
Like
Isn't that
like beats.
Yeah.
Like hypnosis type of thing, like a brainwash. So that's
I do remember my friend now. He actually did read Mein Kampf a lot.
Oh, Mark? Yeah.
I was going to say his name to protect him.
Well, you already said Mark like 7 times.
I said my friend. It could have been a different friend in GATE.
Oh, it could have been a different friend in GATE.
He could recite it.
I do want you. Oh, you can't text Mark. I want you to text him and ask him if he's ever broken a bone. So that's the big thing right now. What's going on with GATE, and they were saying there's this like they feed you these little pink drinks, and a lot of these people that are unlocking memories.
Tab?
No, pink.
Oh, I thought Tab was
like Pepto-Bismol.
Okay.
So a lot of people that are unlocking these memories.
Like Tab Cola
Was it pink?
Well, the can.
Oh no, I'm not
All
like
right,
pink,
all right.
like an actual.
I got you.
Pink in a clear drink. They're barely remember these tests. They kind of remember being tested, and they remember being separated from their classroom.
Right.
And they would get taken out in some GATE programs where you would go into your GATE class like once or twice a week. Some GATE classes were just a completely separate track, where you're always in your GATE class. But these people, they remember being in class, but not really. They don't really remember the testing until you see these pictures of these tests, and it's bringing back these memories. So the question is a couple things. Conspiracy theory wise, right?
Well, we are two white guys with a podcast, so let's go down the conspiracy theory road.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Supposedly, G.A.T.E is testing for mind control program by the CIA because they're not trying to teach you that, but they were trying to get to kids that had these abilities so they can use them in the government later on. Because what happened is the MK Ultra stuff like happened in the 50s and G.A.T.E started in the 50s, and so they wanted.
Hold on. What is MK50? What is that?
MK Ultra.
Yeah. What's
so
MK
like,
Ultra?
how do you say?
I thought that was like Michelob Ultra.
No.
It's not a beer.
No. MK Ultra is. So people know.
Yeah, because I don't know what that is.
So Project MK Ultra started in 1953. G.A.T.E started a little bit after that, right?
Sure.
And MK Ultra was for adults, and that's why the time wise G.A.T.E and MK don't match up.
Was started by CIA.
So it's the program, to develop mind controlling drugs and integration techniques to counter the Soviets. So they think they would give them LSD, psychedelic shit to try to like tap into their mind, just like
I had MK Light. I didn't have the Ultra.
Oh, that's why you weren't in G.A.T.E.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
but that's why the one we talk about with the CIA, with the guy, it's like is kind of like MK Ultra, like because he was trying to find the Ark. Mm-hmm. That's what they were using, like mind control and psychedelic shit to do it.
All
so
right.
it's so high doses of LSD, electroshock therapy, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, and psychological torture, because they're trying to tap in to these people's minds, right? And
it's a Clockwork Orange.
Yes. And the G.A.T.E program was to try to find these kids who had these special abilities early, to see that's what they're going on. So strange hearing test, they had a worksheets to decipher codes, and people are reporting like they vaguely remember getting into these tests and then like snapping and being back in their classroom. Like multiple people have reported this, and they go pretty deep with this conspiracy theory, like with aliens and shit like that.
I was just gonna say that. That's where it's going. This just sounds like an alien abduction.
It kind of is. So psychic
it's
training,
run by G.A.T.E.
UFO communication. That's kind of what they're saying. And listen.
And there's all these hearings now about aliens on Earth. So maybe
I like conspiracy theories, and all these people in the G.A.T.E program are getting weirded out and remembering these tests. Some people have made it to the military, some people haven't. So Mark, not in the military, has he done anything where he had to tell the future?
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost want to call Mark, but the thing is too, I was in G.A.T.E as well.
Well, then why you know?
No, but here's the thing. I do remember going into these rooms and like testing for it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden being in my class, you know what I mean? But I didn't have a separate class that I went to G.A.T E once or twice. I was just in a G.A.T E class. Like I was on a track.
You were just in a G.A.T.E?
I was just in a G.A.T E.
Like a baby G.A.T E?
Yeah. I didn't get to leave all of elementary school.
Maybe you weren't special, Chris. Maybe it was.
No, I was in the program.
Okay.
So I the weird thing is I thought for some reason I don't remember being asked. I don't remember why I was there. I don't remember like
if they got consent.
Being told about it.
Yes, you can touch me there.
Beforehand. I just remember all of a sudden being in this room doing these like IQ tests and like the card test and hearing test and deciphering code tests, and then next thing I knew, I was in a G.A.T E class.
Okay.
I always thought it meant I was smart. Now I know.
You were just a pawn in their game.
They were trying to use me.
Heck yeah.
Because my class wasn't. It felt like just a regular elementary school class. We didn't do anything like special or anything like that. But some of these things, I've never broken a bone.
Did you play blackjack?
We did play blackjack, yeah, and they taught me how to count cards.
They're like,
we're
we're
taking you.
Kill the candidate.
We're taking you to Vegas. I have not broken a bone, even though I should have, a couple times. right? I got hit by a car.
You didn't break a bone when you
Got hit by a car? No.
were you in GATE at the time?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I've been in GATE since first grade.
Are you still in GATE?
I'm still in GATE. That's okay, right? They keep telling me I have to keep going back to my elementary school.
Yeah, I don't know.
I go 3 times a week to my elementary school.
Do you have consent this time?
I do. Now I know what I'm doing.
Okay,
But no, I have never broken a bone. I have had a near drowning experience. And they say
You didn't break a bone to get hit by a car? Mm-mm. What the heck? That doesn't make any sense.
I know. It was going like 45 miles an hour.
And you didn't break a bone?
I got knocked straight out.
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna. Can I smash this?
On my toe?
Something. I'm gonna see if I can break.
My wrist?
Okay.
Yeah. No. Like, and that's what they say. Even if you've been in situations where you should have broken a bone, and you didn't, that's a key sign of being part of this program.
Are you the key master?
I don't know anything about this. After I started watching these videos, though, memories did start coming up for me. Like, I don't think I was in a government program to be psychic and be part of it. But these weird memories did start coming up for me.
Government, alien, telepathic, energy.
That's good.
Okay, that's GATE.
Good.
That's GATE.
That's pretty good.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Not gifted, intelligent education.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. You? Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No.
I think that's the key.
That's
right?
how you know.
That's how you know GATE is just a normal program. If someone like me's in it, they're like, no, it's not for like these highly sensitive, future-seeing people, because I have none of that.
Well, because that's what I was going to say. That's the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
Mark's Bill Cosby would say.
Ooh, yikes.
Was he in GATE?
He was in GATE.
Was he the teacher in GATE?
Yeah. Oh, crap.
Oh, man. That's why the consent was important.
Mark's pretty like cool and smart.
No, but you just got to look at the generation from that time.
Right.
Slackers. All of them. Each and every one.
Our generation?
Oh, God.
No.
Slacker. The movie Slackers came out from that generation. What are you talking about? Yes.
So
Horrible. Horrible.
I don't know if that's true.
Not a single person was successful
millennials?
from that generation.
Yeah, millennials.
Here, let me give you a person, and you tell me GATE or not GATE.
Okay.
Matt Gates.
Matt Gates?
Matt Gates.
Bill Gates.
No, Matt Gates.
Oh, Matt Gates. Oh, not Gates.
Not GATE?
Not GATE.
Okay. Pete Hegseth.
Not GATE.
Not GATE? Okay. Let's go with Steve Jobs.
GATE.
Okay. GATE.
For sure, GATE.
For sure, GATE. Okay.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
GATE.
GATE. Okay. And Heathcliff.
Ooh, not GATE.
Okay. All right.
Was GATE at your school?
No.
Oh, really? They didn't even have like a program.
No.
Interesting.
Well, because I went to a Catholic school.
Oh,
so
that's right. That's right.
The first school I did,
That's right.
I think
This doesn't
they did
make sense.
because my brother was in GATE. I think my brother was in GATE.
Okay, timer.
And he didn't like it.
Okay, hold on. This is interesting.
I think my brother was in GATE.
Has your brother broken a bone?
Yes.
Sorry, GATE conspiracy theorist. I'm so sorry. Works on me, doesn't work on his brother.
He didn't almost drown, as far as I know.
He was in GATE, or you think? You're pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he was in GATE for a little bit. He tried it out, and I don't think he liked it.
See, mine was like, I went into GATE. Do you know how early he went in?
Oh, probably, I don't know, 1920s. Is that what you mean by that?
No, like first grade,
What
8th grade, 7th grade, 4th grade.
I don't remember.
Okay.
It probably would have been like 5th, 6th grade.
Okay. The only reason I asked is because I went in first grade.
Oh.
So I didn't know if I liked it or not. Because I didn't know
You were too young.
Yeah.
Which is it's when you get them. You get them when they're young.
That's why I have these vivid dreams, too.
Did you eat Jello Pops?
Lots of them. That's exclusively.
Did you have to wear sweaters?
Really cool ones. I thought they were cool.
Did you have a magic marker to do all your writing?
No marker.
Okay.
That was the difference. But I went in first grade, so I didn't know any better, right? Any difference between my class and another class.
Right.
I know, but I did know, though, the only thing I remember about GATE, I remember the test a little bit, but what I did remember is all the other kids in elementary school hated us. They're like, oh, fucking these guys. They did not like us. I do remember that. So.
Was there like a daily, like, all right, GATE gets out at 3 o'clock.
What kids are we beating up today?
Yeah,
that's one thing I vividly remember. Like that we were like the outcasts.
Like it's time to get out. Like,
Yeah.
Come out of the gate. We're not coming out of the
Yeah,
gate.
I didn't know.
We're staying behind the gate.
I didn't know like second graders
Go.
could have the mentality of like you think you're better than me, like that, but they did.
That is who the CIA should be training. Maybe
Those
that,
kids.
Maybe that was the test.
Maybe.
You guys are just like, lab rats. It's like, all right, let's make them think they're special. What will these guys we really want? The soldiers beating the shit out of you. How do they feel?
I definitely never felt special.
Okay.
I guess maybe that's a lie. Subconsciously, probably like there's probably
you are special.
You're special. What do you mean by that?
Oh, you're a special person.
Elaborate.
Like you probably would name a team Barack Obama's.
I wouldn't. No. No, I never really felt special. There was times I'm like, I knew I was like in a different class because the other kids made us.
Whoa! High and mighty over here.
Right, that's what I felt like.
Jeez.
So I shut that down in my brain real quick. But I never felt special. But
Screw you, dude.
You fucking yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm at that gate. Those gate kids in Boston. Okay. It was weird though. Okay. Those tests, and I apologize for the story. I want to do a discussion when you're done with yours about these people online, and I want to do like a reaction video to these gate videos of us.
Let's do it.
And so we don't have to post my part of it, but we can post that part of it.
Sure. Is there anything I'm missing from the end of this story? Or
No, nothing missing. Right. It's just like the big thing is it's going around all over TikTok about these people that were in gate blowing up.
So I'm going to leave it to you, the viewer. Is GATE, is it CIA mind control, or was it just a school program? It still exists. So, you know what I mean?
It does still exist.
Let's demand answers.
And again, I was in it. So
we can doge it.
It's
all right.
It's not anything.
Let me get 15 minutes on the clock for myself. Here we go. And my story. Here we go. Let's see. Man is suing the NFL over Shadir Sanders' draft drop.
Oh.
For $100 million.
$100 million.
$100
million.
Eric Jackson.
$100 million.
He says, look, people may not be taking him seriously, but he's very serious about this, okay?
I'm sure he is.
He has a $100 million lawsuit against the NFL.
Oh, my God.
Over the severe emotional distress and trauma he says he suffered when former Colorado quarterback Shadir Sanders unexpectedly dropped to the 5th round of last month's NFL draft.
So he's inferring that the NFL was in on it then.
Oh, yes.
He was supposed to go, top 10. Yeah. So it's not just, it wasn't a coincidence. So they're saying not only a certain team, but the whole NFL
is on it.
On him wanting to go making him drop to the 5th round. $100 million.
There's collusion.
I do love when people do this. And I know he says he's serious.
Take him seriously, please.
I do take him serious.
Thank you.
What's serious about it is he doesn't think he's going to get $100 million, but is like, I don't know if they settle for like $50,000 because they don't want to deal with it,
or maybe free tickets.
Yeah, because like it's less for them to settle for $50,000 than
for sure.
Than
go through the press.
Litigation. Yeah,
I think the NFL would say, yeah, bring this press.
Oh no, the NFL's I'm sure will say fuck off. We'll pay our lawyers because, by the way, sir, you don't have lawyers. Shut up.
He said, I was a consumer of the NFL product.
Ooh.
And I am protected under U.S. law
so
as
you
a
watch
consumer.
Football? Oh, my. Okay, go.
So Eric Jackson, he's a 55-year-old resident of Lawrenceville, Georgia. He runs his own logistics company.
So he's not even from Colorado? Like he's not even like a Colorado Buffalo fan?
Do you need to be from Colorado to be a fan of
Shadir Sanders?
Come on. He's a big NFL fan, okay? And he attends games.
Shadir Sanders is not even in the NFL.
He goes to games.
He does.
Okay,
yeah.
he goes to games.
Okay, my fault.
He has purchased NFL Sunday ticket to watch games on TV. Come on, that's a fan right there.
So far, what it's sounding like is this what's the kind of lawsuit where it's everybody? You know what I mean? Like, have you anyone that's eaten Kentucky Fried Chicken in the last whatever? And I'm stupid. I don't know the name of that, but that's what it sounds like. Because if he gets $100 million, that means that $100 million should be split between anybody that's ever watched football, because that's what he's contending.
There will be a lawyer that will say that later in the story. Yes.
I'm hella smart.
Oh, man, GATE. Were you GATE?
Oh my God.
Oh, GATE up top.
Maybe it all makes sense.
Can you see through me right now?
Wait, hold on.
What color is my underwear? What color is my underwear?
Yellow.
Wrong. I'm not wearing underwear.
From all the pee. Oh.
That's a good guess, though.
I wasn't guessing. I saw it.
Okay. So he's a huge fan of the Buffaloes, where Sanders was playing last year.
Sure. No, he's not, but go ahead. Because especially, hold on, if you're from Georgia, you're a fucking Georgia Bulldog.
Look, that's where he
through
lives.
And through.
It doesn't mean
Fuck
that
off.
he maybe didn't grow up there. Maybe he's originally from Colorado.
Already lying. I'm detecting the lie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Gate.
Can you see? That's going to be the new thing.
Just gate.
Gate.
Whoa, really, Chris? Yeah, gate.
You should be like the next like presidential debate.
Yeah.
You there. I'm like, lie, Gate.
That'd be funny. It's like Pete Buttigieg. He's like, yeah, I was in Gate, so I should be the next president.
But he's a huge fan of the Buffaloes and of Sanders. He was considered to be a potential first-round pick, but he was bypassed
For a minute.
until the Cleveland Browns claimed him at the number 144th overall pick.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had him in the top in the first round.
For a minute.
For a minute.
That's how we know this guy's not a fucking football
Okay.
fan, because he didn't follow it. He knew that he was dropping, and he knew why he was dropping.
Okay, so for those that haven't followed,
Yeah.
why would this guy that was highly touted,
Right.
why would he drop that far?
Okay, so there's a lot of reasons. It's mostly because I don't consider it a real drop. I consider it the market correcting itself. I think he got inflated to the second quarterback being picked because it has athleticism, the prestige behind him, the name, and Colorado didn't even do that well. So I don't consider it a drop. I consider it a market correction.
Okay, hold on. Can we,
first.
for those that, because we're not a sports podcast, so people may not know, Shadir Sanders is the son
Yes, of Deion Sanders.
of Deion Primetime Sanders.
Yes. Neon Deion.
Who's a Hall of Fame football player.
Absolutely.
Played
One of the
baseball
best
as
of
well.
all time, for
Yeah.
sure.
He did a video with MC Hammer, for
Yes.
goodness sakes. He was
Yep.
too legit to quit.
Yep.
And he also happened to be the coach
Mm-hmm. Of his son's team.
of his son's team.
Yeah.
And who ended up winning the Heisman?
Oh, last year was Ashton Gentry, the
Okay.
running back.
All right,
running
okay,
back.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. But for a while, I mean,
There was talk, but a lot of it, like I said, like this is why I don't think it's a drop. A lot of it's because his name, and not that Shorter Sanders was bad at all.
he played both offense and defense, correct?
That's Travis Hunter,
Oh, Travis Hunter.
also from
That's who
Colorado.
That's it.
yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't consider
Who would
it
you rather have?
Travis Hunter. That's why I don't consider it a drop, though, because I think people are always looking for quarterbacks, so quarterbacks are always inflated anyway, in the first place. But the more time that went by, the more tape that people saw, the more the more he didn't go to the combine and didn't work out for teams, had bad interviews, all that stuff.
Is he also in the Too Legit to Quit video? Because that could
as a
hold
baby,
that against
as a baby,
him. Yeah,
as a baby.
Yeah.
So the more that happened, the more reality set in, and he didn't drop. I don't know if he should have gone fifth round, maybe third, fourth, whatever.
Was he in Gate?
He was not in Gate. I know that for sure. Travis Hunter was, though.
Okay.
So the more time went by, the more people just put him to where I think he naturally was going to go anyway. Like his talent level, like he's a good football player, obviously. Like he deserves to be in the NFL. But they were talking number 2 overall at one point, and that was just crazy talk by the media. That's why I know this dude doesn't watch football, because he's not following. He doesn't follow.
You can watch football and not get it.
Then don't. If you don't get it, then don't sue the NFL for $100 million.
He's a consumer of the product.
So is everyone else. So we're splitting this $100 million.
But,
Between the 100 million people that watch football, so we each get $1.
Sure.
Okay.
You do that. Class action.
Yeah. Thank you. God dang it. You were in Gate.
I was not in Gate. Jackson said Sanders' drop in the draft personally affected him.
Oh, did it?
He says, I was triggered.
Okay.
I have some previous conditions.
I didn't know this guy was like a 17-year-old teenager.
That were triggered. Anger. I was frustrated.
Sure.
I was emotionally disturbed given the fact that you had a guy that was projected to go first round. And it was someone to kind of associate yourself with.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I know, yeah.
Like I said in the lawsuit.
This 55-year-old has it together.
I attended some of the games of Colorado.
Oh, good for you.
I watched every game on television. I consumed their media daily.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
You
that would
deserve it.
establish my personal connection to the team and to the players on the team. And
oh my God, if I knew I could do this, because I'm a fan of the Kings, I could be a billionaire. How many times I could have sued the Kings? According to this guy?
well, a lot of fans would love to have sued the Kings, I'm sure.
Yes.
But for the wrong reasons.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
But Stop sucking. I'm going to sue you.
Yeah.
And to see, he goes on, and to see how they were personally treated during the draft process.
Oh, I know.
Sanders.
Horribly, yeah.
It was just
people hate him.
debilitating to the point to where I had to address it in one of my therapy sessions following the draft.
Okay.
So, I mean, it personally affected him. It gave him a feeling of helplessness until he realized, maybe I could do something about this.
Oh, my God.
Maybe I can be productive with these feelings.
This dude's acting like a 20-year-old. This is the boomer, like the boomers that always make fun of like millennials and Gen Zs about their fucking being triggered and shit. This guy's like, oh, my player I like didn't get drafted high.
He's a big fan. Look, in the picture here they have. The picture shows him at the Super Bowl back in 2019. I mean, he went to the Super Bowl. He's a big fan.
Nothing to do with Shooter Sanders.
It doesn't, but just of saying he's a big fan of the NFL. Have you been to a Super Bowl?
3 times.
Oh. Okay, but sorry. Have you been to a Super Bowl where you didn't play in one?
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, that's different.
Yeah, okay.
We all know
That
the 3 games you played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Like,
what position were you?
I'm a halfback.
Okay, halfback. I thought you were a water boy.
No.
I wasn't sure about that.
No,
okay.
I was halfback.
You were still in the GATE program. You
I was in
I'm the
GATE
water
program.
boy.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The 35-year-old water boy coming.
I was really good at it.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. In a civil lawsuit filed May 1st in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Georgia, Jackson alleged the NFL had violated the Sherman Antitrust Act for collusion and possibly the Civil Rights Act for race discrimination.
Right, because there was no other person of color that was drafted.
I don't think any black people play football.
Yeah.
Actually.
The Civil Rights Act. I wonder if he knows who the number 1 overall pick was.
Are they... they're white, right?
They weren't. So, okay. So now, after hearing a little bit about this, I do believe this guy's serious and it's not a ploy.
Okay.
I do believe it.
Good. He wants to be taken seriously.
But he's bananas.
Okay.
And he doesn't understand reality.
Okay.
But he is serious.
He's very serious.
He is very serious. And did this, maybe we'll say, this didn't get thrown out immediately?
Not yet. So, look, and here's the thing. He filed as a John Doe.
But then went on a press tour with his name and information?
But he revealed his identity in court documents because he started to represent himself. He decided to.
Oh, yeah.
So that kind of...
Those are my favorite people. You really know you got it together
and he says
when you represent yourself in court.
Well, he has no formal legal background.
Oh.
Jackson said he is familiar with the law through self-study.
Got it.
And so he thought he could represent himself in court. Look, I've seen it on TV.
Listen, I watch a lot of CSI and Law and Order. I think I get the gist of it, Your Honor. But that's his argument. Your Honor, I get the gist of it, Your Honor.
It's like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Charlie would 100% represent himself in court on an episode of Always Sunny. And that's the thing. If you're doing something that Charlie would do in Always Sunny,
that's how you know.
Don't do it.
That's a good barometer.
It is. You're like, would Charlie do this? Oh, he would? Maybe I should stop.
Even if you think he might do it.
Even if he might do it. And it just hasn't been written in yet. Mm-hmm. Even if Charlie might do it, you know you got to back off. Mm-hmm. And Charlie would 100% represent himself in the court of law. Mm-hmm. And think he's doing a great job at it.
So here's a USC professor of law, Claire Pastor, told The Times that the lawsuit is ridiculous. And characterized the $100 million in damages as absurd.
And what Claire said was, "Why am I being interviewed for this nonsense? I'm a fucking professor at USC. Don't ask me about this Yahoo over in Georgia representing himself in a lawsuit for $100 million."
So she goes on to say, a supposed harm someone suffers in combination with some vast number of other people, NFL fans, which I think are quite a bit. Yeah. It's not something that one person has standing to contest.
Exactly. Oh my God. That's
why not everybody?
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? That's like what we're talking about with the litigation is like, you're going to split that $100 million $100 million ways because that's everyone that watches the NFL. and then we all get $1. That's essentially what it'd be.
Yeah.
Which it wouldn't be anything. They wouldn't.
So my question:
Throw it out.
Why would he
Throw it
think,
out.
Why would he think there was collusion here, though? Like,
Because
what are they
because he's
colluding
listening
on?
to conspiracy theories like the people in the GATE program.
Okay.
And that was like kind of a talking point for a second, like teaching him a lesson because he's like fucking full of himself. So we're gonna teach him a lesson and not draft him, which is the dumbest thing in the world because like money rules everything. And if they thought that Shedeur Sanders was really worth a first round pick, and they can bring the team wins and more money and everything, they would have drafted him. Like that's because that rules everything. It doesn't matter. So that's where it's crazy. Why he thinks that, because there was talk from people like him and like talking heads, on ESPN and shit about racism and it's all a conspiracy because they don't want Dion coaching, or they don't want his attitude in the league. So there's like the NFL, the no fun league. So they're trying to bring him down
because the NFL has some of the worst attitudes. That exist.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that's why it's nonsense, because the NFL and especially team owners, who all they care about is making their money, wouldn't pass on somebody if they thought they could win them a Super Bowl. Like
sure,
it's the
right.
dumbest thing. That's
where did Travis Hunter go?
To Jacksonville.
I mean, but how soon?
3 overall, two overall, I think, actually.
All right. So he says, look, this Jackson says, a person sees the headline, they think I'm trying to make a joke, I'm being frivolous, but my cause of action is not as a fan.
Right.
It's against the NFL as a consumer of their product.
Yeah.
And they colluded to prevent an individual from being drafted, even though he still was drafted.
And that's to your point, colluded to do what? Like what's the NFL's objective? So because he's also contending, right, that the NFL as the corporation talked to every owner and said, you cannot. And then to let it happen in the 5th round for some reason, right? But not, what's the objective of him still being drafted in the 5th, but not being allowed to draft in the 1st? What do they gain? What are they trying to gain? That's what you need to ask yourself, sir. And he said, I want to be taken seriously. I know people think it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke. And I think that's the sad part. I think you are serious.
Well, yeah, he is serious.
And that makes it worse. If it was a joke, it wouldn't be as bad. But because you're serious.
All right, my timer went up, so let me just go really quick here and just say that he chose the amount of $100 million because that's what the law allows.
Sure.
He says, if a judge or jury determines that the request for reward is too high, then they will adjust it to, I guess, compensate the amount of harm that was done.
Exactly.
I mean, again, I'm going to choose to be my own lawyer.
That was my first point.
I guess let's probably change it, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure, but maybe.
I think I heard something about that before.
Maybe they'll do it.
Yeah, but that was my first point. He's not getting 100.
No,
he's hoping for a settlement, and just because they don't want to go to court.
Right.
Which, by the way, they're not, because it's going to get thrown out.
He says he wants the NFL's attention, and he wants them to let people know that they've been operating in this manner for years.
Yeah.
This is not the first person that this has happened to.
Yeah.
They have a history of doing this to players during the draft.
Name some. Be specific, sir. Oh, you can't go. Cool.
Right.
And they want the NFL attention. For one, you didn't get it. They don't give a shit about you. 2, just say you want like $50,000.
I wonder if you would take Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Now that's another conspiracy that we can talk about.
That's a real one. That one has legs.
It's more real than Shedeur Sanders.
And that's the legs that Kaepernick can run with.
Yeah, that he can kneel on.
Oh, yeah. I guess he would.
But no, that has more legs than Shedeur Sanders, for sure.
But I will say this. Shedeur Sanders, hey, to the Browns, thank God, because they need something.
Some kind of spark.
They need something.
Some kind of spark.
Because Deshaun Watson,
I mean, he's heard he's not playing next year anyway.
Good.
But yeah, and he's actually been doing good in training camp.
Who has?
Shedeur Sanders.
Good.
Yeah. So, no, there's a little bit of spark there. And
Browns.
they got, God damn it. I know they got Jerry Jeudy now, right? But there's one more.
I heard that
wide
they just
receiver.
signed Terry Bradshaw, which I'm cool.
That's going to be good. I think
cool
he's backing up, right? Backup quarterback.
That or Joe Flacco. They're about the same age.
Yeah.
All right. Any takeaways, Chris?
Okay, takeaways. It's a good question. We did kind of connect it tonight with conspiracy theories. So let's,
kinda
you know,
did.
my takeaway is to dive into those conspiracy theories, man.
Go deep.
They're fun. They're real. And it makes
No. Hold on. If they're real, then that's not fun anymore.
Then it's just scary.
No, then it's not a conspiracy, a theory. You know,
It's a theory. Yeah, if they're real, it makes life.
You don't want to. You want to have a little bit of doubt for it to be a
little
theory.
bit.
A little,
I get it. I know. I get it.
Okay. Go ahead.
But
Sorry.
No. You're good. I'm saying dive into them. Dive deep. Believe all of them because it makes your life more fun.
All right, I love it.
And then you might get $100 million out of it.
No, for sure.
Should I sue G.A.T.E?
You should sue
For
G.A.T.E.
making me do
and then
it?
it would be a class action. Everyone that was in G.A.T.E. can also get a piece of that.
I do want after this
and then give the money to this guy.
for you to like FaceTime Mark. I want to know about this. I do want to hear from
Okay.
Mark.
My takeaway would be that, only players that were in G.A.T.E. can be drafted. For the NFL.
That's smart. I mean, no pun intended.
Right.
But that's a good one.
Right.
I like it.
And then they would have like the mind control, and then
They can see the play before it
Yeah,
happens.
for
They
sure,
can,
for sure. That or they can only draft in a gate.
Oh,
They got to be
interesting.
gated
One or
while
the
they
other.
draft.
One
Yeah,
or the other.
one of the two. I'm fine with that.
I'm hoping. I wanted the G.A.T.E thing to pan out for me after listening to all this stuff because it sounds like I was like a couple steps away from being an X-Men.
I think you were on the fence. Okay, where else can people find stuff about you guys do things?
Oh, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, but also YouTube at Two Guys Two Things.
Yeah.
We got little clips, we got sketches. You can find the full video
We
podcast.
got little clips. We got big clips.
Yeah, all of
we
it.
got little.
Yeah, you can
middle
do
clips.
full. Yeah, you can find us on TikTok at Two Guys Two Things, or just Google
I just did a Trump thing.
Two Guys without meaning to.
Without meaning to.
Google Two Guys Two Things, but at Two Guys Two Things on YouTube. Find us there. Watch the video.
Leave us a review. Smack us in the face.
I would love it. I would love it.
You know what I mean? Piss on our grave.
Yeah, we're gonna go live in a minute after we call Mark.
Are we really?
I want to call Mark. I would.
I mean, are we gonna go live?
Oh, I don't know about that.
All right. See
But
ya.
I would have loved to have a conversation with Mark about this.
Bye.
Bye.
Hasta la vista. I'm just gonna say
One
bye
more.
for
One more.
Sayonara.
Yeah, okay.
Um.
One more. I don't know.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
There you go.